Match day today in this not so important competition that is the English Premier League. Well, sounds weird that I'm saying that, but that's the truth. Man United now do not consider this game against West Ham all that, but you can take it as a warm up game as we count down, guys. It's 10 days to paradise, 10 days to Bilbao, where Tottenham will be asking for water. Now, there's a bit of some concerning news that came through just after we got the positive update that Joshua Zirkzee is pushing to be back for the final, in time for the final, meaning in the next 10 days to be available. Well, there seems to be a little bit of a concern about Harry Maguire, who was seen sitting down as if in pain, but he did not need treatment. In our last game, in the last minutes of the game, he looked not 100%. But what exactly is happening to him? Welcome to the United of Sport. My name is Webb. It's a Sunday. It's a day of faith. So have faith and hope that we will beat West Ham, because even if the competition is not all that, we certainly want to be winning and keeping the mood positive, especially games happening at home. Old Trafford should be a place of victories, regardless the importance of the tie. But it's also, guys, very important, guys out there, for those of you out there who are looking to understand how does the internet pay, guys, come book your time with me from wherever you are, whichever corner of the world. I will show you how the internet pays. It's up to you to put in the work and earn, because I've realized that many of you do not understand how the internet pays. That's why you fall for scammers. They scam you and rip you off of your money because you don't know. You know that people earn from the internet, but you don't know how. So people take you into things that are logically not possible, that are gambles and gambling, or some are proper thugs online looking for your money. So I'm here to open your eyes to the practical ways people earn money on the internet. It's up to you to put in the work, but be guaranteed you will earn. Stop looking at the internet as a platform for a few. It's a platform for all of us to earn. Just you need to understand, how does it pay? That's the question. Well, call me up or text me, WhatsApp me from wherever you are, and we'll get into class and get on to learn, get on with it. Now, talking Man United West Ham, not an important game. Of course, for some youngsters, it should be the likes of Tyler Fredrickson, probably. I'm hoping I can get to see Bendito Mantanto play a game of football. I'm hoping to see him at least for a few minutes make a debut. I'm hoping to see a bit more of Chido Obi. Definitely, I expect him to be. I think I'm making an appearance in this one. I am hoping to see more of Harry Amas, certainly, and of course a few other players. Ahmad Dial has got to step on the pitch because we need him, to be match fit before the final in 10 days. But there is a bit of a concern that was there about Harry Maguire and how he's not 100%. Now, usually, if you it's not big. He's not deemed injured, but there was that bit of a concern, a bit of a doubt about him, and Amorim was not committed on whether he will play him or not. But the reality is, Harry Maguire is needed more than any player probably in that final. His personality alone is needed, but also his firmness now in the back line is so important. At a time when players like Nosal Mazraoui are becoming knackered, they are looking knackered. In the coach's own admission, Mazraoui is tired. At a time when you don't have Lisandro Martinez, you need Harry Maguire, and given his performances lately, you need him there at a crucial period like this. So before we've seen it before, where Maguire was, surprisingly out of a squad. He gets an injury which we did not see coming out of nowhere, and he's out for a couple of days. So I'm hoping we are not going in the same situation. I'm hoping to see him on the pitch in our game today against West Ham. I do hope he's seen somewhere, because he's an important player. That would be a sign that he should be available for the final. But if he's not in the squad, then there is reason for us to be worried. But I do hope it's not that bad. There was just a little bit of a concern. I'm hoping it's not all that. It's not bad at all. But you look at the current situation where Man United is at 15th on the pile. We are going to play the 16th place team in the final. How disrespectful that is to the other leagues in Europe. If nearly the worst teams in the Premier League are the ones playing in the final of the Europa, the European competition, it gives a biting expose of how mediocre most of these leagues are. And again, it goes to tell you one thing. Indeed, the creme de la creme of football should be playing in the Premier League. The Premier League is clearly the holy grail of international football. I mean, just think about it. Yes, we know that Italian clubs and a French club now are in the final of the Champions League, but that, yes, is okay, but that doesn't mean a lot about those leagues, because the spread of competitiveness for me is what defines how tough a league is. That any team can come out there and beat anyone. So I think clearly it gives an expose of something, for a wake up call. It should be a wake up call to other leagues. If Tottenham and Man United in their worst seasons ever are playing in the European final, it's not something small. But anyway, going back to the team proper, there is not so much to dig into today's game. But for me, every game, every minute on the pitch now for each United player should be a warm up or a precursor for the big one. And you want to see and build your confidence. Do you see how you perform with your team? Try to get the coordinations. And that's why Ruben Amorim hinted that even if he's going to rest certain players and not risk them, those who are not prone to injury will be playing. So expect to see Bruno, obviously. Probably he rested before. You want to see him back now on the pitch, because that's his heaven. That's where he expresses himself. That's where he's happy. You saw him on the bench, and it was something. No, so not him. I'm thinking perhaps he needed to be massaged for his feet not to feel weird, and perhaps get a muscle pull for not playing. He's used to running, and he said he will rest enough when he's out of this world. So I think Bruno will be in there. I think Rasmus Højlund needs as well probably to get a few minutes. I feel, though we need to see more of Chido, but I think Højlund as well needs a few minutes. Whoever starts, I wouldn't mind, but he needs minutes. Amad Diallo, like I said, I think Dogu needs to be on the pitch because he needs to open himself up. I think he does he does too much at times, that you think you want to see more of him, so that he gets used and relaxes himself, especially playing at home. Kobe Maino, been a while since he started as a 10. I want to see him starting as a 10. Ganacho can rest a bit. I think he has played one game too many. I think Kobe can start as a 10 with someone, maybe with Bruno. Him and Bruno start as the 10s behind whoever, Chido or Hoyland. And then, of course, Casemiro and Ugarte. We need to, I think, to also give them a few minutes together. So there is a bit of something you want to see in this game, because it's West Ham. It's a good challenge for you ahead of a final if you're facing a tough West Ham team coached by this former Chelsea guy who was linked with Man United, by the way. They also sort of play the same game as Man United, I think. At times he can play a back three, that is Potter, but they also want to play a dominating game. They want to dominate possession, be the dominant team. So you want to judge yourself and rate yourself with your best players against such a team. So I think it's going to be an interesting game of football, where I expect a bit of a balance when it comes to the lineup from Ruben Amorim. He doesn't seem to be bothered by what's coming, by the noise coming from all these former United players like they always do. I think now he's beginning to get used to them, and if they have not really seen how good a coach he can be, then that's on them, honestly. I think for us now, the focus should be on what we see. What does the team deliver on the pitch? What the substitutions that Amorim makes, the masterminds that he has proved he can pull off, like the previous one when he just brought on the right players at the right time and they changed the game for good. How do we then also see a bit of consistency? How does this team maintain the rhythm? All these are things you want to see, because this is a team in progress, that even if the competition is not all that, it's not just about the competition, it's about the team and how it's building and how they are learning and coordinating with each other, and then improvement in patterns and stuff like that. So for me, that's what I'm hoping to see as we get into this game later on today. It's an important one in that regard, not in terms of result, but in terms of what we're building. So for that reason, guys, make it important and go watch that game. I know you've got perhaps second thoughts about it, but I think we're at a time when you can't afford to miss a Man United game. You want to see more of these Lenny Yoro kids and how they are performing. You want to see Shaw and how he's improving. Is he staying consistently fit? You want to see Mason Mount start a game of football and see whether he's the kind of player who will start a game and impact it. Because the impact we've seen, the best impact he has given us has been off the bench. But can he be a starter? Could he be an option to start in the final? Because when a player is picking up and in their rhythm, in the mood, you want to keep them there. You want to keep them flowing, because it's their time. players tend to play on a patch. When they're on their purple patch, you don't stop them. So all these are exciting things you want to look out for. And for that reason, this is going to be an important game. Yeah, it's a home game, not an important one, but I think United now are beginning to play calmly and confidently. And for that reason, I don't think we are going to be beaten at home by West Ham. So my prediction is a win for Man United, or at the very worst, a draw. But I'll stick to a win. Let me know what you think. I'll be back with a match reaction and, of course, a lot of other news that's happening around the club because, listen, a lot of work is being done to sign new players. There are reports I'm trying to verify of an important player who we never saw coming. I'll tell you about that one a bit later. For now, let's focus on the match because it's match day and you've got to respect it. Peace, love, and harmony. I'll catch you later, fam.